Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive in? Today we're tackling Elon Musk and all his thoughts on AI.
It's a big one.
It is a big one.
Yeah.
We've got this article, and let me tell you, it covers like everything. I mean, we're talking how crazy fast AI is growing, and then bam, we're on to Musk's concerns about, civilization ending stuff.
Yeah, and what's really striking is the speed of it all. I mean, forget AI just playing chess or writing a decent email. We're talking art, music, even predicting like full-length movies, and we're talking soon.
And this isn't just some random person speculating, right? This is Elon Musk. He co-founded OpenAI, which, hello, they're behind some of the biggest AI breakthroughs we've seen.
Huge, and that's what makes his concerns so important. He's been really critical about where OpenAI is going, especially with their new leadership.
Yeah, he's not a fan of Sam Altman, is he?
Right.
Says this whole turning profits thing is a massive red flag when you're dealing with tech this powerful.
Yeah, he's all about transparency, Musk. And I mean, it's a good point. Who has the control here? It's a big question when you're dealing with like AI that could be smarter than us.
It's like giving a toddler the controls to a 747 or something. And that leads us to P. Doom, right? His big prediction.
Oh, yeah. For those who missed it, P. Doom is basically Musk saying there's a 10%, maybe even 20% chance AI could wipe us all out, which, I mean, might sound small to some, but
Not a long enough timeline, right? Those odds are terrifying. It's
yeah.
like we're all at the roulette table betting on black and just hoping for the best.
And the thing is, Musk isn't saying AI is all bad. He's saying there's like an 80%, 90% chance it'll be good, actually.
So where does that leave us? It's like this weird mix of amazing potential and, well, total annihilation.
Yeah.
How do we use this power without, becoming the villains in our own AI apocalypse?
The million-dollar question. And Musk thinks we need to be talking about this way more than we are. He's been pushing for AI regulation for years. Remember when he met Obama about it?
Right. But I mean, did anything actually happen? I don't remember any big changes.
Yeah, not really. And the problem is only getting bigger as AI gets smarter, faster.
It's like we're trying to outrun a cheetah on a tricycle, and it's
Right.
not looking good.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to steer this thing and fast. And the first step is like really breaking down how AI is changing the good and the bad, the exciting stuff, the scary stuff.
Exactly. We've touched on AI and like creativity, but what does that actually look like? I mean, in real life. Give me an example.
Okay, so picture this. You're writing a movie, right? Big blockbuster. And you're stuck. Can't crack this one scene. Suddenly you've got AI that can read every script ever written, gets how stories work, and spits out like a million options for you.
I don't know if that makes me want to hug my laptop or throw it out the window.
Right. And that's just one example. AI is already making music like crazy, like as good as any human composer.
Mhm.
And art, deep fakes, you name it.
So it's not even just a tool anymore. It's like AI is the artist, the creator.
Totally. And that brings up some like existential questions, man. What does it even mean to be human, to be creative if a machine can do it all?
Whoa. Okay, let's step back from the existential crisis for a sec. We've talked about Musk, OpenAI, the whole regulation thing.
Yeah.
But what are the actual dangers? Like, besides AI writing us out of existence in its big Hollywood debut?
For one, jobs. Like all the jobs. And I don't mean just robots on assembly lines. We're talking doctors, lawyers, even like software engineers. AI can do that stuff.
Okay, now that hits different. We always hear robots are taking our jobs, but it always felt a bit, futuristic, like, oh, robots going to be serving my coffee. But if we're talking about AI replacing like skilled jobs, that's a whole other level of unsettling.
Totally. And it's bigger than just losing a paycheck. It could change what work even means.
Okay, now I'm really interested. Let's
Okay.
dig into that. So we were talking about like AI changing what work even means. That's kind of a big deal, right?
It's huge. Think about it. For like forever, work has been everything. It's how we see ourselves, what we do, you know.
But what happens when a robot can do your job? And not just do it, but do it better, faster, and for less money.
Yeah, it's a bit scary, honestly. Like, do we all just become like poets and artists or something while the robots handle everything else?
Well, it's a thought, right? And it
Yeah.
makes you think, like, what's important? If a machine can be a doctor or a lawyer, does that make human doctors and lawyers, like, less important?
Or does it free us up to, be more human, focus on stuff robots can't do, like empathy, creativity, all that stuff that gets lost when it's just about, getting the job done.
Exactly. It's not just about jobs going away. It's about changing everything. How we think about work, free time, like even how society is built.
And like, how do we make sure everyone benefits, not just the people who build the robots?
Exactly. Some people say we'll need like a universal basic income, right? Everyone gets money because robots took all the jobs. Others are like, no, we need to teach people new skills, skills that work with AI. So not just coding, but like thinking for yourself, being creative, all the stuff that makes us, well, us.
Exactly. Musk always says the future is about learning, adapting,
Mm.
not just doing one thing over and over because AI is going to come for those jobs anyway.
It's like we're all becoming like little startups ourselves, always changing, evolving, figuring out how to be useful.
In a way, yeah, we always have been, but it's like everything's speeding up now and the stakes are, well, kind of huge.
So where does that leave us? We've talked about the dangers, the cool stuff, even regulation, but it's easy to feel like helpless, like we're just along for the ride.
I get it, I do. But we're not just passengers, right? Every decision we make, the tech we use, the conversations we have, it all adds up. We're shaping this thing, whether we realize it or not.
So what do we do? Like, should we all be like emailing politicians about AI laws and stuff?
Hey, if that's your thing, go for it. But there are other ways to get involved too. Support organizations that are into AI ethics. Stay informed, even just talk to people about it. It all makes a difference.
Because in the end, it's people who decide, right, AI doesn't have values. We give it those values. It's on us to decide what kind of world we want.
Totally. There's this great part in the article where Musk says developing AI, it's like raising a kid. You want them to be smart, capable, all that. But you also got to teach them to be good, right? To care about others, to know the difference between right and wrong.
It's like we're not building machines, we're building minds, right?
Yeah.
And those minds, they're going to be shaping the world long after we're gone. But how do you teach a machine about morality? That's tricky.
No kidding. It means like programming human values into the AI. Ethics, even emotions. It's wild.
So we're not just talking computer stuff anymore. It's philosophy, psychology, even art.
Exactly. It takes everybody. We need all kinds of experts to make sure AI is like the best of us, not just, a really smart machine.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. Jobs, regulation, ethics. It's a lot. But it seems like it always comes back to balance, right? The good with the bad, the exciting with the scary.
It's a tightrope walk, for sure. We got to move forward, but carefully, always thinking about what could happen.
And most importantly, we're not alone, right? We're all in this together, trying to figure it out. So we're like building these AI minds that'll be shaping the world long after we're gone. Kind of a big responsibility, huh?
No pressure, right. But yeah, it all comes back to what we were saying about values. What do we want those AI minds to be thinking? What kind of future are we trying to build here?
It's easy to get lost in the, like, what ifs,
Yeah.
utopia, dystopia, all that. But the future isn't set in stone. We're building it.
Exactly. And that means making some big decisions. Like, how do we actually regulate this stuff? Musk is all about getting ahead of it. He says waiting for something to go wrong. It's like, well, you know the saying.
Yeah, closing the barn door after the horse is gone, right? But is it too late? I mean, AI moves so fast, how can any rules keep up?
Good question. And honestly, the old way of doing regulations, it's way too slow. We need something faster, something that can adapt.
So less like strict rules and more like guidelines.
Yeah, exactly. Focus on the big stuff, transparency, responsibility, ethics, but leave room for, for progress, for new ideas.
Okay, but who gets to decide on those big ideas? Governments, the tech companies themselves, or like some kind of AI council?
That's the million-dollar question, right? Ideally, it's got to be everyone. Governments, tech people, researchers, even just regular people. Everyone has a stake in this.
Because at the end of the day, it's about us,
Right.
people. AI should work for us, not the other way around.
100%. And that means we got to pay attention. We can't just like sit back and watch Netflix made by robots, right?
Yeah.
We got to think for ourselves, ask the tough questions, be a part of the conversation.
So what's the takeaway here? If our listeners get just one thing from this deep dive, what should it be?
Stay curious, stay informed, and don't forget, you have a voice. You can be a part of shaping this future.
Because the future of AI, it's really the future of all of us.
And that is a wrap on this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And until next time, keep asking the big questions.